Hey everyone, it is Ando, and it's been a while since our last, video, so I wanted to make this one really short and sweet. It's going to be how I'm modding Darth Bane. Now, I'm not saying that I'm the source of truth here, but just to give you guys some ideas of what I'm looking at. So, today was obviously Darth Bane Unlock Day. A lot of excitement swirling around what he can do, what he's looking like he's able to do. Obviously, we haven't been able to see what his Omicrons add, but because of that, we've got our Sith meditating back here to kind of match that. So I brought him up to our Relic 8. I kind of hoarded for that sole reason. And so, yeah, basically, I'll kind of walk through. I had the Zetas, so I didn't need to kind of plan for those. If you need to kind of understand which Zeta to go for first, I would say probably... It depends, I guess, on if you guys have C and Lord Vader, but his lead is probably the one that you could probably omit, and you can kind of just go with the other two. Hopefully, you have at least two that you can apply though. So for the first Omicron, as far as priority goes, I think it's gonna be Rule of 2 here. It's fantastic, right? You get all this stuff as is, but then once the Omicron hits at the start of the battle. If there's only one other non-summon ally and they are Sith, then Bane is going to gain an additional 75% mastery, max health, and max protection. When an enemy is defeated, he's going to gain this 10% max health and max protection and offense until the end of the battle. And this is the reason why I think that this is actually worth it, is at the start of battle, Bane takes a bonus turn. Bonus turns, it can't be prevented or anything like that. I think the only one that's probably going to be able to beat him, assuming, I think it's going to be Han and anyone that's technically faster than him, I suppose. But the big thing here is, okay, the bonus turn, right? So why do you want a bonus turn? Well, even if you only have one Omicron, when you kind of go and do this move, you're going to increase everyone's cooldowns by 1. And, which is going to be great. If you want that breathing room, if you want that little bit of, that extra bit of, safety net, I guess, if you will, with like a JMK, right? It's going to stave off the cat leap a little bit. Now, I think that this is probably your second Omicron that you add, because just with the first sentence, right, you're going to increase your enemy cooldowns by 2 instead. Again, you're going to be just kind of getting basicked by, all 5 characters, instead of getting, cat leaped or anything like that. Even just in general, like other teams, like you look at, Lord Vader, if you increase their cooldowns by 2, all of a sudden Maul's Frenzy never really procs. So, it's a few turns before he's able to unleash some of that. Different teams, JMK, they're not going to care about this, but there is some turn meter reduction as well, or some turn meter manipulation as well. You're going to reduce all your enemies' defense and tenacity by 20% stacking, which can't be resisted until the end of the battle. So there's some pretty added benefits here. And that leaves Malevolent Whirlwind here at the end. Now, Fast Alt C is amazing. Can't say enough good things about it here. Gaining 5 additional siphon is pretty sweet as well. However, and this is kind of where this is sort of an asterisk, there's a lot of play, I think, with where Bane is going to fit. It's going to go with you could go with a ton of different Sith, right? Yeah, he's a very interesting character. He's going to make a lot of teams a lot better. I should say a lot of Sith better, because there's a lot of promise with Traya and Bane. There's a lot of promise with even Talon and Bane. There's a lot of promise with Savage and Bane. So it's going to be finding which one. Now, obviously, I think C is probably your number one bet. But I could see also if your opponent cheesed you, and you can clearly kill a team with just C solo, and then all of a sudden you're like, hey, I got Traya, and I've got, all of a sudden this Omicron kind of becomes obsolete, right? So it is a little bit more at play, I think. So that's the big thing with the Omicrons. For me personally, and again, I'm not the source of all truth. We'll find out in a few weeks if this is what he wants. But for me personally, what I went with was I looked for health. Kind of in priority, I'd say health, and then like a tie for second offense speed, and then like some defense, right? So for here, I went primary offense. I went speed, health here. Obviously, we got defense here. I went with speed, offense, and health. And then I went with health primary, obviously, with speed, offense, and some protection, right? You do get 75% max. So again, just increasing his bulk. That's pretty cool. Health here on his primary with offense, speed, and then health primary again with offense, speed. And then speed, I went here because I didn't have anything that was a really good offense primary that was a health primary that I felt like I, had good amount of speed, 20, 15, 20. A lot of these I'm still going to have to roll up. So hopefully I get them to at least plus 15. I feel like that's sort of the break point for him. You want just some plus 15s, again, especially with GAC, because he's going to get those bonus turns and kind of reduce the cooldown. So he's going to get some time to kind of go. And that's why speed isn't like this necessary thing. But yeah, speed, health, offense, all those things I think are going to be really good for him. So all in all, my stats right now, again, I know I'm not the best out there. It's still a work in progress with his mods, but 125k health, 63%. Or 63k with protection and 235. Again, not super worried about speed because he does get those bonus turns. So, that's what the kind of deep dive I want to talk about. Let me know what your guys' plans are for Bane, especially come GAC time. I'm curious to see what you guys are all going to try with him. I think most of us are going to probably keep him with C, but like I said, there could be those times where you kind of get in the back, you still got C available, clearly kill like a Qui-Gon Jinn, team with him. And it's like, I don't need Bane for that. So maybe I'd put Bane with someone else. So that's my kind of perspective on it. Let me know what you guys are thinking. Thanks again so much for watching. We'll see you guys in the next one.